All right, welcome back, folks. My name is Joel Duggan, and we are playing Satisfactory for the rest of the stream day. We're going to load up the save where we left off yesterday in the aluminum factory. I was doing a little bit of cleanup after stream, but nothing fancy. I'd like to get this up and running today because I'd like to test our bauxite throughput. And I know there might be a few new people here because of the Minecraft stream that we were rocking a few minutes ago. So if you have any questions, let us know. I will usually be explaining things as I go over what's happening in Satisfactory. There's just too much to kind of stop and explain all the way from the beginning every time I stream. But we are, of course, at about 1,000 hours in this save. And we are basing everything off of the Transformer Devastator. So you're going to see a lot of green and a lot of purple. However, inside of the aluminum factory, we are looking at more white right now. Downstairs. So one of the things that I was looking at was some alternative lighting options. And I also thought, while I wanted to keep all of these facing the same direction for the design downstairs, we had them turned differently upstairs, but they work this way. If you line them all up facing to the left, then they all kind of, in a nice tidy way, go inside the feeds for these machines. So that's very cool. And one of the other things I was thinking about was looking at how this might look if we were designing the top of it, as well as what this might look if we had them all sealed instead of being open to the ground below. If we had them all sealed and we could just put them in straight. So this looks to be tighter. But one of the things that's kind of silly about this is that if we decide to bring them up like this inside here and have them turn, then there's no need at all to have them out here. We could just have them come up here. So we could bring up the machines here like this and just have them go straight in. I've lost my power. So this is an option as well. Change my default back to standard. Need to get back here. Need more power. So that would give a clean look, you know. I like that. But if we decide to do it this way and seal it up, it's not as cool to look at. But then, like, we wouldn't need this at all. We could just have them like that. Like, we wouldn't need these here at all. But I don't know if that's boring. I feel like this looks cooler, but I think this takes away from it, so we might not use that. We might just have these with the lights. What do we think, chat? I'm open to suggestions. Here's what it looks like from below. So we can have them go up to the second floor like that, or we can have them just kind of go straight into the ceiling like that. Lights with open floors, number one for you. So then I guess we just have to figure out if we want to maintain this kind of thing or if we want to do something better We do have a little bit of room here. I don't know if we could fit it all in because there is this guy and he's got to be there, but there's a chance that we could do a sneaky porthole. So we could do a floor hole here maybe. And that would eliminate this entirely. And then we could have this go straight in like that. Well, I mean, it might not be straight. We would still have to do the same. It would have to be facing to the left here, and this one would have to be facing to the right. But it would all be, each one would be the same. It would be like a little curve there, straight line, little curve there, and then that would repeat 3 times. But I think I like this. I think I like this the most. I think it's cleaner. It eliminates the need. I don't know what we do with this. This just feels like it gets too close. Maybe we had to knock this back and have it be like something straighter. I don't like doing double staircases because they have a railing up the middle of them. There's no stairs with no railing in the middle. Right? So we'd have to leave that like that. Or we could just do a ramp if that was the case. We could just use the nudge tool and make like a ramp. But I don't know, maybe we don't need to do that, you know? Maybe we can use the inside. Maybe we can create a hole here to come upstairs if we ever needed to come upstairs. Right? So we could do something like that too. That way the way in might be this door. Right? And just in you go, and if you need to get up into the middle, then you're here. So that might be the more elegant way to design it. But I'm leaning on the sneaky port because I think that's a little bit more elegant. And I like the idea of having these open. Feels more spacey, more sci-fi. Star Wars, right? Always a place to fall to your death in Star Wars. Even though we're basing this all on Transformers. Do I have these off? I think I do. The other thing I did was just take a look at the entrance, and I was able to figure out a way to put the stairs in so that you come up to a cool archway that frames what's happening here. I think that looks pretty cool. And then this all goes downstairs and pops you out on here. And I've decided that we're bringing in the power over on this side. Right here. So that's the first thing we need to do, is power all of these. So we've got the power coming in underneath the bridge here in one cable, and then we're going to split it in a couple of different directions. And this goes, I think, over this way. Yeah, so that powers all of the quartz. And so what I normally do in this situation is use something to indicate like main power. So if I grab a wall, put that back, we'll grab a little sign. Oh, I don't know why it's sideways. there a way to rotate it? No. That's weird. Yeah, I don't remember if we figured out how to fix that. It was sideways before, yeah. I just don't remember whether we decided to just build a different sign or whether we figured out how to fix it. I guess we could put it on a beam or something. It might be just wall placement that's goofy. Yep, so it just looks like it's goofy if you place it on a wall. It's alright, we'll place it on this. Image, monochrome, zap. So that's all I've been doing to indicate where we've got main power coming in. And so what we'll do here is, I don't know whether that's going to stay there or not. That seems like a really weird place to put that. We will probably just move this around. It's not going to let, there we go. So that will move that so we can change that. So we've got main power coming in, and then here, where is that going? All along there, but I don't think it powers anything. Unless it goes upstairs. This must be the old power. Yeah, before I powered them from below, I probably had them powered from above. I don't think that goes upstairs. It does. I think. Oh no. Yes, it does. Okay. It's alright. These aren't needed anyway, so we can get rid of these. It's fine. We can unhook that. I don't mind that this hypertube is off. I don't really use it that much anyway. So the idea was to get a small electrical room sorted out, and we're probably going to be using this space for that. So I'm going to do it very simply here by connecting this to that, and then this to that. And I've already named this aluminum refinement. So this is going to go up to aluminum refinement, and then I guess across here. Doesn't really matter. I guess we could just go through the wall. I'll make it look nicer later. I really just want it functioning for now. So now when we look at our power circuit priorities, we've got aluminum refinement, and we can put that somewhere as high, so probably things like priority 2. And so now we can turn aluminum on and off remotely, which is great. Sire Bass J, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Blast Jordan, good to see you. Kay the River Cat, Dan. Of course, all the regular folks hanging in chat. Appreciate it. And Dynia MC, good to see you. Kind of like two stairs, as if one is going up and the other is going down. I suppose, yeah, you could. That's a good way to kind of wrap your brain around it too, right? So this goes over here, and this goes up into this area here. And I decided we don't need this little cavity, so we'll be able to fill this in with a proper solid solid bit. But this is where we will turn things on and off. Or rather, I guess this would be the on-off switch. But for now, I want to leave things kind of unhooked because I don't want these things to be producing. Although I guess they don't have any materials, so that's not really going to be a big deal. So we should be fine. I'm going to take this along here. And now we have to do the wiring all underneath this place. Now some of this is from before and it just needs to go because it's just not needed, not in the right spot. We'll be adjusting all of this as we go up and down and figure things out. So this is where power is coming into this area. And I've got that going straight down to that node. So we'll probably do the same thing here. It might be easier to do this in one swoop. These have to be here. I wonder if it would be easier if I just built a beam. I did that before. It makes it easier to just run things. It is a little bit early for a break, yeah, with the sunset. So we'll go to the next time the sun goes down. So yeah, maybe I could just run a beam along here. Connect that to that. Connect this to that. This has already got... Well, that doesn't need to happen there. So this is the power for the machine that's right here. So if I find a new space for that, which could be... It could be this, you know? That could work. So we might see that cable, and that is not what we want. Oh yeah, we totally do. Okay, so I'll have to find a slightly better position for that. We're trying to pull the cable through the machine. You can see that one there is lower. So we'll try to find a different spot for that. It could be just as simple as putting it here. I'd say that's pretty good. It's a solid solution that we have to repeat. So that means we can remove this. And then we just, instead of putting those on top, we'll put them on the side, I guess. And then this way, we just have to connect one to the ceiling. This goes to here. This goes to here. That goes to there. And then this can just go straight up to the ceiling. And this is where I was having trouble yesterday. At least you can... I find that you sometimes you can't move these. You can't move these on ceilings in half meters, which is really annoying. So they've not changed that. You can't nudge these really properly, which is too bad. So then this is actually going to be one over here. Get rid of these extra stuff that was here before. Then we can plug that in, and then these guys should all have power. They're just not set up right, but they do have power. So then that's just one vertical attachment going down, and it keeps things pretty simple. So that's good, and that has all of those powered on. So we really only have to do this a few times, which is good. And we can just keep it kind of like right along here. How far down was it? It's on the second one. It's like right in the middle. We can find something like this that you can do repetitively. I think it helps. And then these are dead on the middle of each thing. That should be pretty easy. And then the bottom ones are in line and in the middle crease. Yeah, okay. I might not even need that, you know? I might be able to just hook this directly to this to make it even simpler. That might work. Obviously there's no power. Yeah, so that's even less work. Sweet, okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. I remember doing this from the Megatron power plant. We had to do this. I want to say that's where it goes. Easy breezy. Will be fun to see it all working. I agree. Is Joel currently in the latest available stage? I am running update 8. I don't have the latest patch because that was only on experimental for the weekend. But is that low enough? Yeah. But it should be coming out to early access next week because they just fixed a lot of crashes and bugs and things. So it was here, right? Yeah. So this is really simple. It'll get more complicated when we hook up lights and stuff. But for now, so that's the first 9 all powered. And what I liked to do with this kind of stuff is try to do it in rows. So rather than having this one connection here and have everything power off of this web, I'd rather bring another line down to here and power from there. We will have to scoot it across because there's going to be these big areas here where we can't get through. Unless I decided to use this, but I think for design purposes upstairs, it would be better to fill this in, because this is the floor upstairs. So we'll do the same thing here. What's that? That stay there? No. This goes there. It's so bright with the flashlight on it. These are facing this way. Yep. After all this work, it's crazy to think that you're only hooking up like a couple dozen machines, you know? It feels like you should be plugging in like tons and tons and tons of stuff. So it's on the grate. That gets those online. Double check to make sure that looks okay. Oh, I missed this one. Yep, that's fine. I do hope they come up with a more elegant way to power things in the future. Oh, I must have clicked. Where did that go to? This is connected. Oh, you know what? Maybe it just doesn't have a recipe. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll just copy this. There we go. Okay. Easily done. That's those three. Now, this should not affect what we're doing for these rows, so we can continue this. We will be putting the hole in up there, though. Yeah, this is going a lot faster than I thought. Leaving these exposed on the inside here was a smart idea too. That's that. And then one more. Uh-oh. More steel required. Imagine being like a workman that has to traverse this factory. Super dangerous. All kinds of places to fall and die. That's what you meant, update 8? Yeah. Yeah, so we're update 8. I'm not sure when they're going to have more updates. I have to plunge my coffee. Steel. I might have to go back to the train. Oh no, we're good. I'm going to need more encased industrial beams, though. Oh, that's the wrong ceiling. Factory not OSHA approved? No. That would be a hard no. Oh, autosave. Good opportunity to pour the coffee. Yeah, I'm not in the last stage. Remind me the next time I go up to the hub and I'll show you the stage that I'm at, but I think we're on stage 8. The thing is, like, we're at the point now where the difference between the stages is, like, incredibly complicated. Like, I've got to get into, like, nuclear rods and all kinds of craziness. Okay, so that's those 9 all set up. So I'll go down and double check all those. Make sure they've got the right recipe. All that stuff. Obviously we missed one. And say these have been missed as well. Yep. I also made a mistake back here. I was cleaning up some stuff and I removed some things that were just decorative. I totally meant to leave them in. So these don't do anything, they just look cool. I was underneath on like the subfloor and I saw stuff that looked useless in the ceiling and I deleted it and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I remember doing those. It was just because they looked better with something in front of them than just empty. It's a cheap way to decorate, actually. Alright, so these are all good. Power, alumina solution. Looks like we've got that. Alumina solution. I'll run through how it all works before I turn it on too. Or while it's running, maybe we'll take a look and we can actually see things flowing along. So that's the first 9 and the second 9 sorted. And now we have these 10. And this one here is at 180%. And that brings us up to our top export for all of the concrete and whatnot. And so now there's 5 of them now, but I should still be able to use the same principle upstairs as before. But what I need to do is work out where the hole is going to be here. So it looks like there's a half foundation that's in line with that. So the hole goes here. And then we've got half foundation here. Is it a full? Starts off with a 2 meter. And then it goes to 4 meters. And the reason I want to know that is because I want to know where the the places are that I can run the cables. That should be right. That is wrong. Looks good to me. And that, here's the middle. Right, so we'll probably go on either side of that. So we'll have to come over here and connect to the beams over this way. Okay, that's fair. This should be the same. Oh, smokestack is over on that side on those. Right. So it should just be right here. Oh, won't go the full length. I guess we'll go halfway. One, two, three, four, five, six. I don't know if that's halfway. So it should just be lining up with the smokestack, right? It's the middle. The middle. I can't see the smokestack there, but that should be where it is. I'll go double check these to make sure that they look good before we do all the final hookups. Yep, I think that looks fine. And then we can get rid of all these extra wall bits that have been helping my hover pack around because we don't need those. So rather than the middle, I think it would make more sense to grab these guys from the end. Just because this is where... that's going to be right in the way. So I guess maybe we'll go with this guy. Yeah, I wish you could nudge those. So if you do that on a wall, just to kind of give you guys an idea what I'm talking about, you can nudge them in full meter, and then if you hold down control, it's 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 16. And it would be lovely if you could do that on the ceiling, but you can't. Oh, wait a minute. Now you can. That's annoying. Do you have to... Oh, you know what? You have to lock it. Whereas you don't have to lock the hologram here. Or do you? Maybe you do. Huh. It wasn't working yesterday, so it could have been a bug. Maybe it was a bug. Because sometimes these things, when you're over machines, they don't line up right. They look kind of off. I mean, this is pretty straight, but sometimes it's a little bit much. And this is also... Is that working? Oh, it is. Nope, it's not. I thought I could do that. I thought I could select that wire. Yeah, you can't interrupt them anymore. I thought you could. So that doesn't appear to be working. You used to be able to look at the wire and then it would insert without having to delete the wire. It looks like we have to delete the wire. Yeah, you should be able to. You're right. 100% should be a thing. That is in the game. Concrete, 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 and what concrete? Cool. One more bay to go, and then we can... I can't turn the whole thing on because I need to have somewhere for it all to go, so we have to put these into awesome sinks, but we'll get there this stream for sure. Next is down here. Yeah, they're very white right now. I wonder if I've got those on a custom thing, customizer. It's just standard. I guess it's just because they're glowing white when they come in. Boop, 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 boop. So this will be worth checking. So I'll pop down here quickly. That all looks good. They all have the right recipe. Yep. And then we've got to do the same business with the hole to find out where we can run the cable. That goes there. Oh, flipped it around on me. Surprise, surprise. Said nobody ever about satisfactory UI logic. So it looks like we'll be bringing it in. Yeah, on the second one here. Be the easiest thing to do. Same as last time, just reversed. See, now it's not letting me do it. So maybe it's when there's a cable attached to it. You can't... I cannot do half meter. So maybe that's the difference. If I put that there now and lock it. Yeah. So that's a bug. Or an overlooked feature. You want to nudge these around by little increments. Make sure they don't already have a cable connected to them. That should be those turned on. Good. Good, 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 good. Next step is to clean this up. And I guess I can remove this. Sorry, sometimes I leave the flashlight on and I forget. It's a bit of a pain. I think it has to be right on the edge, right? Yeah. I can't believe this worked. That is lucky. We did not plan that. That has to face that way. This one will be in, and then this one will be left, and then delete that. Delete that. And delete that. Oh, get rid of this first. And then we can just do the Mark IV belt, which should be just right over here. So this will go in sideways, this go in straight, and then this will go in to the right. And then that will go there. And we can decide if we want to have patterns or whatever, or if we just want the walls to be flat white. It's a little boring, but we could also come in and do something like a concrete stripe or something. And unfortunately for the doors, we might have to, if we want to have the doors there, might have to leave those. And definitely the wall helps, because if not, then the wall hole kind of bleeds over the edge. But having the wall in there is nice. You know, we could also try to change these. Maybe that's something we do. We'll see. It's a nice feeling when you start everything up. Yeah, totally. I agree. All right, so this all needs to go. Don't need that. Did I do that in the wrong spot? Oh no, that's just in the wrong spot. Might as well just get rid of all this now. And what's lovely about this is that we've got power underneath now, keeping us charged, which is great. And that goes, this goes, that goes away. Wall holes are no longer needed. And so we've got them all facing that way. So that puts the items coming up on the left. I feel like that's the best way to do it. I liked the lights were over on this side. So that's what we'll do. I guess first we should put in the destination up top so that we can line things up. And it's not a large adjustment to what we had going before, but it's nice to like have a plan and then find just a slightly more elegant solution. I think it's always really, really cool when you're planning to do it one way and you're like, well, I guess I'll do it this way if I really have to. And then realizing, of course, oh no, I don't have to. That's already in the right position. Yep. Sideways, straight on, and then that way. So that one has to get changed. Now we should just be able to pull this right up from the bottom. I think this is the only one that's going to give us a line. Because they do line up. Oh, no, I guess just a little bit too far away. And now you see why I wanted to light these up, because I think it's kind of a cool system. There we go. So we haven't finished decorating, but functionally all the inputs are going in. The last time we were here, we did all of the underneath sides. What we don't have up here is power coming in. And this is where I don't know whether I should pull it up from below, which is what we just did, of course. So we've got power directly underneath all of this stuff. So we could just take it up, right? We could bring it in through here. I feel like I want to be a little bit more obvious than that. But it would make sense because if all of these are off, then those should be off too, right? Like if there's no aluminum being made, then there's no aluminum being smelted. That seems to be a pretty logical way to approach it. And also because of this thing being like an island in the middle of everything, I don't want to have like a cable running to it. Like this just looks awful. So I think it's probably the best to have it come up from underneath. Tesla J, hello, welcome in. Sorry, I feel like I'm a little behind on chat. Screws, heavy modular frames, aluminum casting, and computers are priority and should be manufactured in large quantities in your opinion. If you have alternate recipes that require no screws, then I would say go that way. But yeah, if you're just starting off, you're going to need a lot of screws. How do we want to do this? This is all coming in this way, so I don't want to run a cable down there. I think we'll bring the power in on this end because it would be a lot easier to run a cable here. And then we can just bring it up right from there. And what we can do is just add a sign for that. Now, unfortunately, there's no real way to do these vertically. I don't think they work on architecture. Well, they do. Look at that. That's handy. I wish you could do that with a regular floor. I need to work on that. And then if that would get filled in, what I'll do is just put another sign here. Just a wee one. Probably don't even need to be too precious about it. Well, this is going to be replaced. This is not going to be there. We are going to replace that with a full foundation, so we don't have this weird seam. We're going to go full like that and like that, which means that I have something to put a sign on. And I can just do this. That. And I guess if two lines fit, I can spell out the whole thing. So now we know where that's coming up. That sticks out and is visible. Perfect. I'm glad I figured that out. So that lights up that line, and then all we got to do is just line these guys up along here before we close it in. Should be good. Very easy. It reminds me of lighting or powering the Megatron power plant from underneath all the walkways. How long that took. 160 fuel generators or some nonsense. I do find sometimes Satisfactory can be very flashy. Like I kind of worry sometimes if people have like photosensitivity, how the streams might look. So that should be all these guys powered, right? Because we did the blueprints, so we pre-programmed the pure aluminum ingot. We should be good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Power plant build would have been halved. Imagine if you had blueprints back then. Oh man, blueprints and nudging. Blueprints and nudging. You saw how fast we did the decorating down below? Very, very quick. So we have options here. We do have space down below if we want to run things. This is all cavity wall. This is all potentially sealed and hidden. So the output from this is coming from here, and we need to merge these lines into two lines and take them onward. I'll bring up the spreadsheet so y'all can see where we are. Aluminum production. So we are in this phase here. Aluminum ingot. So aluminum ingots, 1620. We can do 6 Mark III belts, which is what we currently have, or 4 Mark IV belts. Either way, they have to get to casting for casings, constructors, and all-clad sheets and assemblers. Now, the good news is that we've got room for that next door. We just have to deal with 1620, which it might be easier just to bring it all over in a few belts. I'm not going to do, I don't think I'm going to need to bother with a load balancer. I'd rather split it so that we have 1440. So really, if we get it down close to, all we have to do is pull 180 off of one belt somewhere and then merge the rest as best we can. Because this is all going to be an overflow system. And we have room for all of that over here, because that's all trash. This is just me building up extra crystal while I was working, so we've got that, and then this can all get destroyed. Because what's happening down below, what was making silica is now making all kinds of crystal for us, so we've got these doing quartz. We do not need this little dinky setup, which is just meant to fill boxes for me. So all of this aluminum ingot stuff is going over here, and we only need like 16 constructors, and that's 8 right there. So we've got loads of space. Loads and loads of space. So the question is, how do we get them from here to there? Do we want to see the belts? You know, like, do we want to have these things come out from a wall? Where is it? Into a lift. Oops. You know, does it go across the ceiling? Do we do the same thing we did at the other joint, at the other end, where we had a cheeky floor hole here, which I think might be the better way to do it, right? So then we could put that going this way. I have to make sure it's the right speed. That's a Mark 1. That's a Mark 3. So that needs to be Mark 3. Oh, if I do that, I'm messing with my power, aren't I? That's dumb. I mean, we've done it already. It's not the end of the world. I mean, that could just go straight out too, right? Is that crooked? That does not look straight to me. Feels like this side is lower. The cheeky floor hole, then under the roof, and then no one will see the power when the walls are up. So that's the other thing. Instead of coming out to the side, we could also cheeky floor hole down, right? So the problem is that I did this nice clean line of power, and I did it on this side because the other side these were in the way, but now we've got that there. So what that would do would bring this down into this space, and we'd have to bring them across, and I don't think, I mean, I don't need all this room, and I certainly don't need that anymore. So we only need like one situation, like bit of space here. So we'd have like room to do load balancing and stuff down here if we wanted to. It's one of those things about this game where like you have to make these choices and then like you need to make decision A, but you need to answer B, C, and D before you can make decision A. it just cascades, right? No one, you think we should go underneath? Did I not make this a Mark III? I thought I made this a Mark III. So that's the other thing, is that if that's the case, then we don't need two bits of space here, right? Like if this is just emptying out, then there's no reason to have all this space. Here, I want the space because it makes this looks really cool, and I might be able to do some sort of like echo here of the ceiling. So we might be able to do something here where we take like angled walls. They are snapping into the weirdest places. That's the wrong one. So we might be able to have some cool ceiling stuff happening, although I'm not sure about that with the lights. Hard to say. Concealed but with glass. I mean, anything is possible. I don't want to be seeing down into this floor. That's a no. I don't want to be seeing that. It is kind of cool to see things flowing sometimes, so I see what your point is. I mean, that's why we did this over here, right? Is because it's cool to see stuff flow into your machines. I tend to hide all this nonsense, and then having an out line would be good. Maybe the thing to do is to put them all down underneath, gather them all up, and then send them along in something very special. You know, like maybe, I don't think I want to narrow this, but it could be cool to maybe have, like if this was in here. Why is that snapping so funny? Oh, half foundation maybe? You know, like we could do something like that, but then we could have, you know, to Big Headface's point, we could have 6 of them come up here. This is just an idea. If you move those things when they're connected, it's really messed up. So we could have something like that where they're all being scooped underneath, but then like sent over to the next area like that. That could be something we do. I don't know, but I mean, we could do it with glass. We could have like a glass bit here. Although the glass kind of feels unnecessary. A little tight. Yeah. Either way, we've got to get these out in order to turn it on. And I like that idea more than going out the top of it, so we'll start there. Just to remember that the white ones are the output. Should be 9 rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then... Oh, I must have deleted something by accident. This was the cheeky bit that I didn't like, but it's being hidden. And as long as it works, we're fine. That's 6, and then 7. That's 8. And this is 9. Yeah, I kind of want to change that power pole, the power cord. I know it's not, it doesn't matter, but I just, it's a little bit, it makes my eye twitch just a little. Right, well, night has fallen, and that usually means it's a good time for me to take a break, because it becomes very hard to see in the new update without lights. There's the blueprint that we're using, by the way, for setting that up. I take a break once an hour, folks. If you are new to the stream, I just ride the break train. You get to see some of the world, and I get a chance to grab a short stretch. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes, which ironically is also, or conveniently, is also the length of the nighttime. So I'll be back in just a bit. And we're back. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Dan. Turn off the old self-driving. And the sun will be up momentarily. Local bystander, welcome in. I love the train sounds. So good. So good. So, that does feel kind of tight. Right? Like, I feel like if this was all wall... and this was all wall. I know space can be kind of a premium in this game, but I don't know, that feels kind of... well, I don't know. Not bad. It's weird that there's just nothing. Right? Weird that there's just nothing. That's not a bad idea. I don't mind that. Cosmic Dancer. Welcome back. Good to see you. We'll say goodnight, SweetSandi. Thank you ever so much for sticking around. I know it's late for you. I really appreciate all the mod help from both you and Cosmic this weekend. Especially you yesterday, Sandy, helping out with answering questions and stuff. Very, very kind of you. You joined from the Gem Raid. Very cool, local bystander. I'm your new comfort streamer. That is a very nice compliment. Thank you. I'm down for that. I'm here for it. I'm also thinking about adding in like angled windows. I don't remember what these are called in architecture. Apertures, maybe? But they're very fun. So we might put a couple of those in here too. And where we put those and where the door goes, like I feel like I don't want to put these doors in corners. I prefer to have them like one step away, but we could also just put like a proper door, not just a gateway. That's not bad. I don't mind that. So I don't exactly know what we could do. Maybe this needs a bit of a structure. I don't like these corners. I wish there was a way to hide those more naturally. You can put a beam on them, but it looks a little bit chunky. Right. I mean, we don't have to go all the way up to the ceiling with it. But I find it just doesn't feel great. I mean, we could also paint it as well. Doesn't have to be white. Yeah, okay. So we'll go get the, I guess, underside of all of these. And I guess condense them down. And really what I should do is get rid of this. We should just turn that off. And have that stop. So that means probably dumping a bunch of my stuff. And then just going over here and finding the power and cutting production. Good, good. Whoops. Don't want to delete that. That stays. Get rid of all the mergers. A little sneaky, but it's a nice way to delete a bunch of stuff when you've got like multiple floors. Great. Yeah, you'd think it would be a lot of work, but it really makes deleting stuff a lot faster. I'm gonna leave the awesome sinks here because we're probably gonna need them. That or I'll move them. Right. You no longer exist. You do not need an upstairs. Oh, out of concrete. Right, because I've got all my stuff put away. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. What do we need a torch here? That's garbage. And then we'll take the opportunity to try and run some of that back to storage. Big Head Face gifted a tier 1 sub to Local Bystander. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Big Head Face. Incredible. Local Bystander, you probably heard this little bit of information if you were here with the gem raid, but if you'd like to connect your Discord and your Twitch accounts, then you can now join us in the Joel Duggan Discord, and you can stay there for the duration of your gift sub. All right, so we've got a full canister. I guess I can just move that over here. Store up some stuff. That's good. We got lots of crystals. Not too worried about it. That was the wrong hypertube. So was that. Too many tubes. This no longer need it. And this was going down below for some reason. So I'll leave that there for now. I don't remember why I was doing that. And these obviously have power from somewhere. No power. Okay, never mind. Get rid of that. And this... And this is just the export of the crystal. It's currently not being used or going anywhere. And so now I can just get rid of... I don't need those. I should just be able to take this back. Beautiful. Mission complete. So, we need to get this stuff at least, if not being produced into things, we need it to be run into awesome sinks. And the total on my spreadsheet is 1440. And that's just 2 belts. So that'll be easy. Okay. I guess we could attempt to do this. Just go underneath here and give it a whirl. Oh, that is the wrong access point. Let's do this where we should, which is in the cavity wall here. Oh, that's also not where I was supposed to do it. Right, let's just give ourselves lots of working room. So here's all the exports. That's a Mark III. So the easy way to do this is just run them one by one. And we'll call this a temporary design. If we're going to do it though, maybe I'll move it. You can't really see it that way. I guess they're kind of facing the wrong way. Be really cool if you were bringing them up and then this way, right? Well, for simplicity's sake, I think what we'll do is I'll bump them over to the wall so that rather than having to build belts, it'll just connect to the wall. That'll make things a little bit easier. It's too bad we don't have a way to do like I really wish that these wall holes were just like these, that you could place them wherever on a wall. I think that would be a great way to go. Those aren't connecting. That's troubling. So I'm just going to go and I'm selecting the lifts instead of the machine, or instead of the wall. I'll get that over to there. And then underneath, we'll start with one, I guess. And you, of course, have to squiggle. Why would it be that easy? And we'll just continue this down till it makes sense, right? That's 3. Some of these are going to get... I'm going to run out of space. Oh, because I'm going to merge some of these. What am I doing? We're just going to make more. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to make 9, just for fun. Nope. But we are likely still going to run out of space. Never enough screws or space in this game. No, that's fair. That is a fair assessment. We're so far away that the guides don't even show up. Yeah, so these ones will have to point the other way. It's kind of good practice, but we'll just do this way. Guess I should probably start from down here. I know it's not going to reach, so I might as well just go a good distance. I guess that one could have been run straight. That would have been smart. That's right. Fix that. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for people. Running belts is old hat for me. So this should go to there. This should go to this one. And this should be the third one. I'm not sure why it suddenly twists like that. It's very weird. Oh, more steel required. Happy, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Steel. We were pretty low. Yikes. I think I've got more steel on the train. If not, I think I might have to go... I don't think we're making things locally. I want to say... Weird that the handles kind of hover outside the tube. It's very distracting. Otherwise, it would be a very cool visual. I want to say we made a trip at some point to fill the train up with steel. Red train suggests steel inside. Good stuff. Always just a quick trip. Is untoasted bread raw? Nope. Because it's cooked. Bread dough would be raw. Well, thanks, Happy. And I guess we'll go this way. Well, I needed to go back all the way to the main center anyway. I moved this hypertube, by the way. We're now ducking underneath the main archway here. We were going through the wall, but we're now going underneath. Yeah, we were going through that space, but I've redirected it now. Weirdly, we don't clip, which is nice. I thought we would. Do I have steel along here anywhere? I don't think I do. Guess I'll just use this for now. You're not cooking it again. You're toasting it. Big difference. Oh. Doesn't quite make the run. Should be straight. Nothing quite like that straight. Nope. Nothing like building on the ceiling to give you a little vertigo. Alright, so that should be 9 lines altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Going into 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just need to expand this thing. I really hope that they patch the connectivity issues, because it really affects building. And all the patches that they were talking about last week were all about bugs, but like technical crashing bugs, like game-ending bugs, not like building bugs or UI bugs. I really hope they fix that. So we'll expand this a little bit, and this is just kind of like a fun exercise. However, I think what we'll do is we will recess it because we can. And I guess we'll just keep it simple. So that's 6 of these, and we should be able to combine. What's this? What's the export of each one of these? 30 times 6. So 180. Right? That's why it's on a Mark III belt. Yep. So 180 should be 360 all total. $540. So we can combine them down into 3 Mark V belts. And this is just so I can actually get this up and running and testing. Oh, it won't let me build there. Okay. Well, we'll move that back here then. That might have to... This isn't going to be pretty. Oh, that's really not pretty. Let's try something else. Any kind of load balancer just takes an absolute ton of space and resources. That's too bad. So there'll be some clipping for the test. That's fine. And then I just need to move these. And you know what? I think we will also... Well, no, I'm going to leave those where they are. Just for now. Mark 5 belts to get all this into the garbage. And power was coming in from where? Don't know. You look like you're hooked up. Okay, so that should mean that everything is going to work. Famous last words. We will see. We will see. We will see. First, I'm going to make sure that the bauxite train is running. And then I'm going to make sure that the bauxite is hooked up. It looks like the bauxite train is running, given that there's bauxite flying by. We can check that from the map. As long as Mixmaster is en route somewhere, we should be good. Who's that? Should it not give me the train names? Scavenger. This must be... Oh, there's Mixmaster there. Okay, good. Mixmaster is running. That means bauxite is flowing. So all that's left is to hook up the bauxite and the coal into these things, and everything should be good. We'll find out. There's really only one way to do it, and we will save. Just in case. Devastator. 236. We'll call it new aluminum. Test. Local bystander, thanks for being here. Check it out. Have a good day. Right. So these are Mark 5. Make sure I'm connecting to the lift and not just the floor, the hole. You hear that double chime. And these are Mark 4. I need to double check to see what hole needs to be. Those are Mark 4. That seems pretty intentional, so let's make sure. Yeah, see, that didn't connect. That's annoying. They need to fix that, like, ASAP. If you connect it to the wall, the lift doesn't pull. Alright. Green light's good. We should see bauxite flowing in, water flowing in. We should see alumina solution flowing across, and we should see bauxite and scrap flying up. Good stuff. Now this is going to be producing 360, so this belt will not be full. It'll never actually be full because this is a 480 belt. And we should also be seeing, eventually, limestone. Oh, I don't have the limestone hooked up. Where's the limestone? That'll be a short trip. That'll be a short trip. So this will only work until this fills up with water, and then once these pipes are full, we're done. So, where? I don't think I have the limestone hooked up at all. Yep, completely forgot about the limestone. Okay. Whoops. That's a glass wall. Let's at least pop upstairs and see if things are moving along here. So not everything got fed, but that's fine. There's a really good chance we just didn't produce enough to get things rolling on this one. This is all early. Those are all doing the right thing. This probably just didn't get any material. I wonder if I don't have a hookup underneath here somewhere. Nope, there's just nothing in them. Oh, there we go. My concern was that they weren't getting anything. Okay. So we must have just missed it. They get just a little bit. Yeah, that's really not worth doing if they're going to be pointing that way, because you really can't see what's going on. But yeah, mistakes were made. But here's the cool thing, is that we've got a number of these priority power switches on. And this should be connected to the main network, which means that if I go to priority, I should be able to turn this off. And that should turn off everything. Yep. So remotely, you can now turn off your grids, provided that you have connected everything and organized it via a priority power switch. See that this is off now? So from anywhere that you have your priority circuits, you can then control factories around your save, which is fantastic. So I forgot entirely about where we're getting limestone for these machines. And I need quite a bit. So let's bring up the old spreadsheet. Here it is, giant question mark. Source, where's your limestone coming from? I want to double check that number. Wet concrete, one refinery at 180%. It's 120 limestone. That means 1320. So 1320 is going to be 10 times 80. Nope, that's not right. 10 times 120. 1200. And then this last machine. This needs 216. I don't know. That's a weird number. Oh, that's because of the water. So 8 times 120 and then 216 is the number I need. I'll change that. 8 times 120. No, 9 times 120. 9 times 120. And then 216. 1296. That is very precise. So I'll double check the water. The water should be the same formula, just different numbers. It'll be 9 times 100, I believe. And then plus 180. So 9 times 100, and then this is a 180. So 1080 is the right number there for the water. And we'll be making, again, same thing. It's 9 times 80, 720, and then this last machine is making 144. That's 864. So that's all right. So we've got to find 1296 limestone, 864, and that's just going to be storage or trash, and that's fine. But we need to do 1296 limestone. Where can we get 1296 limestone? I mean, there's nodes everywhere. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of like selecting which one. So, if memory serves, we'll bring up the map in-game. Pretty sure we're using... This is going to the South Refinery, and that's where we are. Currently unused, it says. That's limestone 19. This is Caterium. This is directly underneath the train station. I'm pretty sure that's just being fed into a concrete box. This is limestone number 1, and that's going to wet concrete production. So we need to keep that flowing. So really, our options are either here, or this one is already belted into the system. So South Refinery unused. It's a normal node, 120 per minute. I wonder what my spreadsheet says about that. What is that? Limestone 19. This is why I number everything. South Refinery of wrong belts. 18 and 19. It's a normal node. All right, well, we're going to go check it out. 18 and 19. Oh, it's over here. That's 19. All right. Well, unused is good. I'm down for unused. Joel's the most organized gamer I've ever seen. Well, in this game, I kind of have to be. So this is the South Refinery. South is that way. And so the south, the south leg of Devastator, I refer to everything south and north. So north is everything over there. South is everything down this way. I want to say we got to go downstairs. How do I get downstairs? I missed it. There's concrete right there. Limestone, sorry, not concrete. Limestone 15 and 16. I thought it was 18 and 19. So there's the limestone there. They're on the wrong belts. If it's already half belted up, then we might as well use it, right? 7 Sunless Days says, I haven't been paying fully attention to the stream a bit because I've been hanging out while drawing. First thing I see is a spreadsheet. Yep. That was freaky. So this is probably not going to be enough limestone, be my guess. Normal would get us 300 parts per minute. And I need 1296. Yeah. So even though this is already belted up, there's not enough of it. These two would only get us half of where I need to be. But I'm going to double check that. That is 19 and 18. 17, 16. Are those belted up too? No, I'm only seeing the one concrete node. Oh yeah, those are on the island. Okay, that's not happening. Right. So we just have to change the sign for future Joel. This is 18 and 19. And that is not enough. So we may have to bring things in from the back, which is new. Not done that in a while. What a mess. I really need to tidy this up. Once we get aluminum back up and running, I 100% need to make things look a lot nicer around here. Alright, so next closest to us, we've got this is a normal node. And that, I think, is just going into a concrete box underneath here. I believe... What's this? I think it's down here. So this is currently how we're making all the concrete we're using for building. We're just kind of sucking it up from this guy over there. So I just did not anticipate how much limestone we needed for this. That was the one thing I didn't calculate. So that's a normal node. This is another normal node. Are any of these pure? Normal, normal, normal. None of these are pure. There's a pure one. That's pure. That's pure. Yeah, I really should be... There should be a concrete facility up there. I think I've thought about that before. Okay, well... We won't be able to get this 100% running today, because there's a lot of work left to be done. And if a normal one gives us 300, we need 4 normal nodes. So we'd have to use all 4 of these to balance the concrete. It's doable because we're way down here underneath the whole system, and we've got room to run belts here and potentially even under here. Not a lot of room, but room. My idea was to have everything run to the main bus, but that just might not be a possibility. Yes, we need to get the concrete flowing into these machines. So we are absolutely going to have to go to subfloor. That's fine. It's just not going to look very nice. My early game mess of biomass generators, conveyor belts is making me look bad compared to this. Oh look, I've got a... Don't worry, if you're ever on my stream when we go back to our starter factory in the Northern Forest, it's organized, but it's chaos. It is... Where did I start? I started right there. Early factory. It's rough, man. And that was my second playthrough. The first playthrough in Tufts Fields in the green space was just... Yeah. I wasn't thinking in the right headspace for it. So these over here are the limestone nodes. They are back there. There's one there. I'm assuming there's probably baddies around. Where is my... There we go. Nice jump. So yeah, there's the one limestone. The other one must be... There's that one. I'm looking at 2. Oh, there it is down there. Okay. And then the other one is over there somewhere. Nope. Down there. So we'll need all 4 of them and then some, because we're only going to get 300 each. And I need 1296. That's really frustrating that I'm short. That sucks. So these 2, possibly this third one. Well, the third one we should bring in the back. What we can probably do to keep things tidy is, yeah, there's the third one there, is run belts underneath the pipes. We could have belts going in the back center of Devastator. Seeing as there's already a big pipeline, running belts along the bottom of this would be fine. And then we could grab that one as well. So everything would probably come in about here. That would be 1200. And then we just have to top it up. Where am I getting the concrete for the wet concrete? Because I don't think I'm using all of this either. So I might be able to top this up. This is coming in from the main bus. I know that much. There's the concrete line there. This has to be 600 concrete. Yeah, main bus line. I know that's coming in from concrete number 1. Wet concrete production. So if we refer to my notes here and go up to number 1. Limestone, pure, overclocked, 600 per minute, 2 wet concrete production under the heavy modular frame tab. Now, we may have to change the needs here. Limestone number 1, 600, 5 refineries, and it needs, oh man, it needs all of it. Five times 120 is 600. Crap. We don't have any overflow from that. Well, that's not great. That's not great at all. It doesn't look like it's flowing 100%, but that could just be the consumption. Could be just the splitters, maybe a glitch. Yeah, there's a bit of a stutter, but it seems to be flowing pretty steadily into there. Well, here's a funny Ouroboros situation, is that we may need to increase our concrete production, at which point we may need to use the concrete being made by aluminum as an overflow into heavy encased industrial beams. So we may need to redirect this because we're going to be making more concrete. This is 400 concrete per minute, and we are going to be making 864. So what would be better for us to do would be to, instead of sending this to storage, it would be to replace this. So that means I got 600 coming in already. That's half, not more than half, less than half. And that means I only need to grab 2 of these 4 limestone nodes, and we'll probably grab these 2 on the far left here. Well, we'll grab 2 of these normal ones. Actually, you know what? We can grab the 2 that are already close to the middle. So we'll grab 9 and 13 and bring them in, connect them with that 200, or we could bring in the ones that are already belted in too. So there's a couple of ways that we could do this. Do I have enough room on the main bus for another belt? Thanks, Cosmic. I do need to wrap things up. So if we got anybody that's playing Satisfactory, we can link in chat that I might be able to raid. That'd be great. Barring that, we can also raid someone playing Minecraft. I'm sure a lot of people hanging out are enjoying both. Yeah, we're at a dead standstill. Let's see here. We've got some space. Where's that original concrete? Is that it? Nope. That must be it there. Look for the one that's concrete color, Joel. So we could move that limestone up to another belt. And then we could grab this limestone that's right there. Remember, we just looked at this 2 minutes ago. All we need to do is increase the belt size and overclock the machines, and this would be 2 belts of 300. We could combine it into 1 belt of 600 way back at the machines. And then we'd have to remove a couple of these things and move them around, but that would be possible. And then we could attach that to one of these spaces. More than likely the top tier here on the left. Above the... Look at a big 1200 along there. Yep. Okay, that's the plan for next time. BL Andrew is currently live? Cool, yeah, we'll send everybody over to BL Andrew. Thanks, Cosmic. Yep. We're clear for concrete going all the way to the end. So, some rebalancing, but ultimately good because this, I believe, was meant to be temporary, and we can have more efficient concrete being made over there by the pure nodes eventually. So what we'll do is we'll take this stuff being fed and we'll bring it over to aluminum, and this will just have to be fed from the output, which I had put together last time. So right down here, this is our concrete output from aluminum, and instead of going all down that way, we just need to run it over here. It just has to go over to that line right there. So really not that big of a deal, and we can probably do it in a nicer way. So good stuff. Too bad we've got this big block in the way, but there's a big chunk of ground underneath that is in the way. Don't think that's how you use hypertubes? No, probably not. Probably better to be inside of them than on them. I would not want to be running along hypertubes at all. Alright, folks. Well, that's going to be the end of my stream day. Hope you had a fun afternoon. We're going to pass you along to BL Andrew, who has absolutely epic stuff built in Satisfactory. I'm sure you will enjoy yourselves. I went over all this earlier today, but you can, of course, follow me on social media. Joel Duggan, very easy to find. Patreon is one of the best ways to support me, and I really appreciate anybody that's decided to join. If you received a gift sub from all the very generous members of my community today, then by all means connect your Discord and your Twitch accounts, because then you can join us in the Joel Duggan Discord and get notified whenever I go live and build cool stuff like this in Satisfactory or Minecraft. Do check out the podcasts. Everything is linked at joelduggan.com. The Spawn Chunks and the Citadel Cafe, you can also just look them up by name on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. But that's going to be it for me. I'm going to see you next time. I don't know when that's going to be. The next scheduled is Thursday, but I've been streaming extra time this week just because I've been enjoying Satisfactory. So stay tuned on Twitter and on Discord. You'll get a notification when I go live. Barring that, I will be live again on Thursday. That's my next scheduled stream. But we'll see you all then. Thanks so much for hanging out. Cosmic and SweetSandi, thank you for the moderation. And thanks again to everybody that was so generous today. I really can't thank you all enough. Such a fun job. See you next time. Bye for now.